Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome to my brand new series, The Austrian Adventure. And the team I've chosen to manage is Austria Vienna. So, I've chosen to manage in the Austrian Bundesliga because I feel like this league is the most one-sided league in Europe, to be honest. Red Bull Salzburg have just been dominating the league for the last 15, 20 seasons now. And I chose Austria Vienna because it was a toss-up between two teams. That is Austria Vienna and Rapid Vienna, because they are the two most successful clubs in Austria. Rapid Vienna actually won the most league titles, but second is Austria Vienna, and as you can imagine, they are fierce rivals. I chose Austria Vienna because Rapid Vienna, I feel like they're in a bit of a better situation than Austria Vienna, to be honest, and also they've got Yusuf Demir. Yes, Yusuf Demir plays for Rapid Vienna, a player we're all familiar with. I just felt like that was a little bit of an unnecessary advantage to be Rapid Vienna, to have Yusuf Demir in your team. Of course, he's a brilliant young player and expected to get, I wouldn't say big money for him, but in terms of this division, probably big money for him. So I decided to choose Austria Vienna. They're a team who are in turmoil, it has to be said, but they have a rich history, as you see here. 3-star reputation, which obviously is not great. Media prediction is 6th. It doesn't sound too bad, but when you take into consideration there's only 12 teams in the league, it's not great. It's not great. Founded in 1911, fierce rivals, as you see there, is Rapid Vienna. One thing we have got going for us, though, is great facilities. You see it, excellent training facilities, excellent youth facilities, and excellent youth scrum, which is great. The finances. I didn't quite know what I brought myself into, to be honest, but we're in debt. Yeah, we're in debt. It's a problem here. Transfer budget is nothing, as you see there. Wage budget is £92,975 a week. Also, our stadium is the Franz Horst Stadium, 17,500 capacity, built in 1925, so almost 100 years old, the stadium, which is quite nice. I quite like that. 17,500 capacity. So that's quite decent for the Austrian league, to be honest. I haven't looked at the other stadiums, the other teams, but I'll say that's up there. In terms of the club history, as you see here, won the Austrian Premier Division 24 times. The last one coming back in 2013. Also won it in 2006 and 2003. But as you see here, the last time there's really a dominant force in Austria was probably the 90s, to be honest. Maybe you could say the early 2000s before Salzburg really took off. But it's been a long time. The 80s and the 70s were the best time of the club, to be honest. So it's been a long time since back at the top. I also won the Austrian FA Cup 27 times. Haven't won that since 2009, though. Also won the Mitropa Cup, whatever the hell that is. But I don't think that's going anymore. Won in 1933, 1936. And also won the Austrian Super Cup. But that was back in 2004. So it's been, 9 seasons without a trophy now here. I haven't looked at the other trophies they've won. Obviously, they haven't won anything in Europe, not that I know of anyway. 2013 since won the league. And obviously 2009 since we won the FA Cup. So I don't know how many seasons I'm going to try and do here with Austria Vienna. I actually wasn't planning to make another series on this FM, to be honest, but I changed my mind and I decided to manage Austria Vienna. I'm aiming for 5 seasons. Obviously, that's a bit ambitious, seeing as the new FM would probably come out in the next month and a half, 2 months, the beta that is anyway, so it's a bit ambitious. I'll just see how many seasons I can do. The aim for the series is, pure and simple, win the Austrian Bundesliga. That is basically, I highly doubt we're going to do anything in Europe in those 5 seasons or 6 seasons. We'll see how much I can do. But there's no aim to win the Champions League, of course. It's just stupid. That's unrealistic, completely unrealistic. Even win the Europa League, completely unrealistic. But I want to take us back to the top of Austria in these 5 seasons. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the team then. First of all, let's look at the club vision, where you can see here, sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. Do not sign players over the age of 30. Develop players using the club's usage. That's one thing I've got to mention as well. You saw the facilities there. I know Rapid Vienna and Austria Vienna have got good youth systems, so that's something I'm going to try and exploit over the series here. And play entertaining football as well. Work within wage budget, which probably might be a bit hard, seeing as we're in debt currently. In terms of the current season, reach the championship group. I had a bit of a look at this, and obviously there's only 12 teams in the league. The top 6 qualify for the championship group. We've finished 6th, so should be doable. Reach the semi-final of the Austrian FA Cup and the Europa Conference League. Win the Europa Conference League. Reach the group stage of that as well. And also work towards becoming the most reputable team in Austria and develop the best youth system in the country. So, interesting culture there, but I do like it. So, first thing I want to look at, obviously we are in debt. And I want to look at the actual transfer revenue made available. Those of you who don't know, I'm sure you all know, to be honest. But you go on your finances screen and check down here. 10% of transfer revenue is made available. That basically means any player that you sell you only get 10% of that money coming to you to spend on players. So, for example, if you sell a player for £1 million, you're only getting £100,000 to spend with that 10% there. So I don't think there's going to be much player signings in this window, to be honest. As you see here, we've got zero in the transfer budget. We're also over the wage budget as well. So definitely those signings are going to happen. Maybe some loan signings we can look into, we shall see. But at the moment, it's not a good time for the club in terms of the finances, that is for sure. If you have a quick look here as well, we're 5k over the wage budget. It shouldn't be too hard to manage, to be honest. We check out the actual squad here as well. As you can see here, we've got some players transfer listed. Marcus Suttner, due to the club's perilous financial position. Got players listed for loan as well. No longer require his services. Play regular football elsewhere. Just loads of players transfer listed. If you see here, well, the best player of the club, or the two best players of the squad, apparently is Patrick Pence, who is transfer listed due to the club's perilous financial position. He's a goalkeeper. I don't quite know whether that's meant to be quite good for the Bundesliga, Austrian Bundesliga, or not. Right now, he doesn't look amazing, but we shall see. Error reach of 10 for a goalkeeper is quite poor. His shot stopping is quite good, though, to be fair. 16 reflexes there, so he looks quite decent. He's on 4.8k a week. His contract runs out at the end of the season, so I'll see whether I offer him a new contract or not. We shall see about that. I don't want to sell all the players, all my key players, just to try and stable the finances, because it's going to leave us in a very, very sticky situation, not being able to sign any players. So I'll pick and choose what players I'll sell. Marcus Suttner, he's 34. He's a 4-star player as well. He's on 11k a week, though, so he could be one who could be leaving, unfortunately. He's got 20 caps for Austria as well, Suttner. He's played at Austria Vienna a long time as well, as you see here. He started off his career as Austria Vienna, went to Ingolstadt, and he went to Brighton. I can't remember him playing for Brighton. I cannot remember that. Went to Dusseldorf, now back to Austria Vienna. But on 11k a week, his contract expiring end of the season as well. He could be one that could be sold, to be honest, to get back under the wage budget there. Also got Lucas Mull here, who's on loan, listed for loan, sorry. He looks like quite a good centre-back for this level, to be honest. Probably try and keep him about, to be honest. Also got Marko Juric in here, who's transfer listed as well. 6k a week. He's half decent, I guess. Got 2 cats for Austria. Got Johan Handel as well, 23-year-old Austrian. He looks alright. He's very dominant in the air, 6'5". So that's certainly a benefit for sure. George Teagle as well. He's a player I've heard of, that is for sure. He doesn't look like much, but he could be one of our key players, I guess. Well, as I said, when they're known for their good youth system as well. And one player I should mention that they did produce is David Alaba. And obviously, you know what he's done. He's obviously played a long time for Bayern Munich, and now he plays for Real Madrid as well. So if we can develop a player like David Alaba, I'll be very, very happy with that. In terms of the biggest potential players at the club, in the first team at least anyway, well, we've got 3 players on loan here. We've got Noah Ohio, who's on loan from Leipzig. He doesn't look amazing, I have to be honest. He's only 18 though. Physically he's quite good, but very good actually. But technically and mentally he needs a lot of work. But he's only on loan, so we can't worry about him too much. Also Eric Martel is on loan here as well. He's another centre-back. He looks alright, not too bad. Maybe he can develop a little bit. But I'm not expecting us to sign these players who are on loan, to be honest. I don't think the finances will be sorted out after a season. Got no clause in his contract either to sign him, so... Interesting that these two are actually on loan from Red Bull Leipzig as well. Of course, Red Bull Salzburg are known for their affiliation with Red Bull Leipzig. Doesn't take a genius to work that one out. So a bit interesting we've got these 2 players on loan from Leipzig. Probably the ones that Salzburg didn't want, to be honest. So we shall see how they are. And also Martin Picard is on loan from Frankfurt. Yeah. He's not. To be honest, though, I'm saying these are not great. They're not great players, but for this level, they might actually be quite good. They might be our key players as well. So I'm not entirely sure. I have to look around the team a bit more, of course. But good thing about him is he can play on the left and the right. The bad thing is, though, he starts off with an injury, a torn hamstring, 3 to 4 months out. So that's disappointing. In terms of our players who had the biggest potential at the club, we've got Ziad El Shiwi here, who's 17, 2.5 potentially 5-star player. He doesn't look like much right now, but I can see certainly he's got potential about him. He certainly can improve a lot. One thing he has got, though, is great pace. 18 acceleration and 17 pace. So we have a look at him more in detail. I will have a look at him more in detail, see if we can use him or not this season. Also, Brown Oda, potentially 5 stars as well. Not amazing. He's 19, a bit older than El Shiwi. Good defensively, but other than that, not too much to shout about there. Jukic as well, potentially 5 stars. He's 20. Could be usable, could be quite decent. Vassell, Demaku as well. Overall, he's quite decent as well. He's 21. We've got worth a bit of money as well, 1.5 to 2.3 million with his contract ending at the end of the season. So he could be a potential one to sell. Obviously, as I said, if we sell a player, I'm not going to be able to bring a replacement for him because I only got 10% of transfer revenue. But to get under the wage budget could be crucial. As you look at the player on the highest wage here, well, Alexander Grunwald is on 15k a week. He's also considered a squad player, and he's 32. And he's not very good. So he's number one on my list to get rid of, to be honest, is Grunwald. 32, contract ends by the end of the season, 15k a week. Suttner as well, he's on 11k a week, as I said. He's 34, so probably going to look to try and get rid of those two. Only 5k over the wage budget, so we get rid of those two, or just one of them. We're certainly under the wage budget after that, so... And also, we're not going to get too much money for either of them anyway, so... I'm not going to just overhaul the entire team to try and sort the finances out completely. I'll just sell a couple of players, try and get under the wage budget, and then see where that takes us. Also, Bright Edomwonyi is on £10,750 a week, and he's a fringe player. That's ridiculous. He's not very good either. He's also out for 6 to 8 months with torn ankle ligaments, so I'm not going to be able to sell him, but he's certainly leaving him for free into the season, that sort of wage, as a fringe player. Don't want him. George Teagle, well, there's a big gap between the top three and the rest of the club. So these sort of players here, like Teagle, contracts by the end of the season, same with Pence as well. Probably going to look to try and extend their contracts, to be honest. Try and get rid of these three big earners. Obviously, Ed Dunwoody, Bright. He's injured for 8 months, so I won't be able to sell him. But one of these two can certainly go, if not both of them as well. Let's check out the actual development centre as well. One thing I noticed as well, I had a quick look at the team beforehand, of course. Young Violets Austria, which is a very cool name. They actually play in the second division of, the first division, shall I say, of the Austrian tier system here. So that is great to see. In terms of the potential players here, we've got a lot, apparently. We've got Sanderly Conde, who's a goalkeeper. Doesn't look amazing, it has to be said. Mario Ginsberger as well. Potentially 5 stars. Niels Hahn as well. Potentially 5 stars. Got a young 17-year-old here, Timo Schmelzer. Looks half decent. Florian Wustinger as well. So we've got some great potential players here. Also in the under-18s. Got Bajrak Tererovic. So, as I said, certainly going to try and use the youth system here. Try and develop that as much as possible to try and get the best possible players we can get. As I said about Young Violets Austria, playing the Austrian First Division, which is very interesting. They're playing there with Rapid Vienna 2 and also, wherever they are, also FC Liefering playing here. I'm not entirely sure they're actually Red Bull Salzburg's B team. Judging by that, I don't think they are, to be honest. Well, they are. They are actually Red Bull Salzburg's B team, effectively. And yeah, I've known about a lot of the Salzburg players goes on loan to Liefering to get first team opportunities. I think Sesko went there, same with Adeyemi as well. So interesting the fact that we've got the three biggest clubs in Austria, effectively Salzburg, Rapid Vienna, and us, with a team in the first division, which of course can only be a benefit. So good for developing the young players. In terms of our league, though, as I said, only 12 teams in the league. I have to be honest, though, I played in the Swiss Super League last, 2 or 3 FMs ago, and I think it was 10 teams in the league, actually. Was it 10? Yeah, I think it was 10 teams in the league, and it's actually very, very interesting. I actually quite enjoy it, because it seems like with so little amount of teams in the division there, it just seems like a big game is always around the corner, literally. Every couple of games is a big game. I had a great battle there when I was Grasshoppers with young boys in that sort of league, so I'm very much looking forward to it. In terms of the league, I know we played 22 games, because obviously we play each other twice, and then if you finish in the top 6, you go into the championship group, play each other twice again there, so that's 32 games in total. The relegation group is 10 games as well, and then you got the European Places playoff. I'm not entirely sure about that one, to be honest, but I know you go to the championship group or the relegation group, you play 10 games, and of course, if they play 10 games, so obviously both teams must go into the 6 teams go into the championship group, and 6 teams go into the relegation group. So something after that, you go into the European Places playoff. I'm not entirely sure about that one. But as I said before about Red Bull Salzburg dominating the league, if you actually look at the odds here, Salzburg are 1 to 10 to win the division. And these 6 teams here, I think most of us have heard of these teams. Obviously, you've got LSK Linz, we've seen them in the European football in recent times. You've got Rapid Vienna, of course, Sturm Graz, Wolfsberger, and us. But look at us, 150 to 1. So we're not rated very highly at all. So we are miles behind Salzburg at the start of the series here. You see there, Rapid Vienna 18 to 1. That would have been the safe option to choose. You got Sturm Graz, Wolfsberger, all highly rated than us as well. So it could be quite tricky to get in the Championship group the first season, but we shall see nonetheless. I'm interested to get going. There's going to be a lot of things to do. Obviously, going to have to bring in some coaches. Going to have to try and sell some players. Maybe try and bring a loan signing in or two. And I'll bring you back. So yeah, I'm going to get everything sorted. The squad, the coaches, everything. I'm going to bring you back for one of the first games of the new season. So, it's been a long couple of hours trying to get the team all sorted. But I think I've done it, and I did say I'd bring you back for one of the first games of the season, but I did get myself a little bit carried away. I decided that I wanted to bring you back for the Rapid Vienna game, which we're playing today, the first game, and also I'm going to feature the Feyenoord game in here as well, because we've actually got through to the fourth qualifying round, second leg of the Europa Conference League, and we drew away to Feyenoord 1-1, which is a great result. How we drew 1-1, I have no idea, but we did. So I'm going to feature the Feyenoord game in here as well, to see if we can actually qualify for the Europa Conference League, which would be great. First things first, let's check out the transfers. Well, no incomings, as you can guess. We're 1.69k of the wage budget, though, so that is good. We're under the wage budget. As I said, no players have joined us. All these players here are already here when I started with the club. The players I've sold, all of these were gone as well. First one I sold was Christian Scheuzengier. He's gone to Al Tawoon for 115k. He was on the transfer list already when I came here because of the financial position. He looks like a half-decent centre-back, to be honest. But he's on big wages. He's on about 5k a week. He's on 4.1k a week there now as well. And I feel like, to be honest, centre-back is probably our best position at the club in terms of depth. We have three quite good centre-backs. So I didn't really need Scheuzengier. He's on quite big wages. His contract expired at the end of the season. So decided to cash in on him. And yeah, 5k off the wage budget. That was absolutely brilliant. He's gone to Al Tawoon. Also, Niels Hahn has gone on loan to Grazza AK 1902 for the season. They play in the first division. I was toying with the idea of putting him in the first team. He was in the B team when I started off, the Young Violets Austria. But I decided to loan him out for the season. We've got quite a decent centre midfielders as it is. So he's on loan there for the season. Get some playing time for him. Also, Marcus Suttner. He was one of the biggest earners, 11k a week. Got rid of him, thank God. He's on a West Brom for 40k. Very happy to see him leave. He's taken a massive pay cut as well to go to West Brom, so that is great to see. And also, Dominic Fitz. I tried to sell him. He's gone to SKN St. Polten on loan, who are also in the Austrian First Division. He's not great. He's on 2.4k a week, which, to be honest, is quite big for a squad player. So I tried to sell him as much as possible. I actually tried to sell him for 650k. I tried to sell him for 500k, sorry. But the board weren't having it. They weren't having it at all. They expect at least 650k for him. I would have sold him for 500k. Teams made offers for that. But 650k, they weren't too interested, to be honest. So I've loaned him out. St. Polten are paying his wages for the duration of the loan as well, which is great. And got rid of him. So 4 players left us. 2 on permanent transfers. But those 2 on permanent transfers got over 15k in wage budget from selling those 2. And also Niels Hahn and Fitz have gone out on loan as well. So first things first, it started off great to the new season. We've actually won our first 4 games of the season in the league, which I'm very, very surprised about. Let's get to the results here. The first game we played was away to FC Zurl in the Austrian FA Cup first round. To be honest, when we started this game, I wasn't too optimistic about the team. We went 1-0 up through Fitz. Kleisel made it 1-1, which made me very nervous, and not even in the Austrian First Division, so this is terrible. But Joseph Prost made it 2-1 in the 61st minute, and thankfully we got through the first round. After that, we played Sumkai in the Europa Conference League second qualifying round. Beat them 2-0 away very comfortably. Handel and Moore on the score sheet there, both our centre-backs. We then beat Hartberg 3-1 at home in our first league game of the season, which was very nice. There's a team apparently quite similar to us. They put it in 7th, we put it in 6th, and they were both 151 to win the title. So I was a bit nervous about this game, but we won it very comfortably. We went 2-0 up early on. They made it 2-1, but then Djukic made it 3-1 in the second half, and we deserved the win. After that, I played Sumkir at home in the second leg, beat them 3-1 very comfortably. Yatiki with a hat-trick in this game. He actually started off in the B team. I called him up to the first team, and he got a hat-trick in this game, which was great. They got a late consolation goal, but we're by far the better team in the second qualifying round. They weren't much of a threat, to be honest, Sumkayet, so nothing to shout about. We then had our second league game of the season. We played WSG Tirol away from home. We went 3-0 up in this game through Ohio, Jurichin and Yatiki. They made it 3-2 late on, which made me very, very nervous. But thankfully, we held on to our second win of the season there. We then had Glentoran in the third qualifying round of the Europa Conference League. Beat them 3-2 at home. We were 1-0 down in this game as well, which is disappointing. We then made it 3-1 though. 2 goals from Grunwald and a goal from Bronoda. But they got a late consolation goal through Plum, which could have proved crucial make it 3-2. But thankfully, we drew 0-0 away from home in the second leg. Before that, though, we faced our biggest test of the season, at home to Sturm Graz, who are apparently a lot better than us, according to the media. But we beat them 2-0 very comfortably. They had 2 shots in the game, I think it was. So this was a brilliant win for us. Ohio and Jukic on the score sheet there. Next game in the league, we played Austria Klagenfurt away from home and beat them 4-1 very comfortably. This was a nice one as well. Jukic made it 1-0. They then made it 1-1 before half-time. But then Juricin with 2 goals and a Prost goal. We won the game 4-1. So in the league, we started off really well. Of course, not too many tests to talk of. We faced Hartberg, who was similar to us apparently. Beat them 3-1. We got at home though, so should be beating them at home really. And faced WSG Tirol and Klagenfurt away from home, which we expected to win as well, I think. But Sturm Graz at home, that was a good win. Beat them 2-0, but again, we're at home, so can't shout about it too much. And then just before the episode here, or just before we come back for this video, we faced Feyenoord away from home. We drew 1-1 somehow. I don't know how, to be honest. I'm still quite not very optimistic we'll get through at home to them, to be honest. They dominated us in the game. They had 27 shots, 11 on target, and 3.64 XG. As you see here, we only had 2 shots on target in the match. One of them was a goal. How it was a goal, though, I have no idea. You have to see this goal. It's rather comical from Yatiki here. It's rather comical. I had no idea what was going on when I saw it, to be honest. It was rather baffling. Just look what happens here. How? They kick the ball forward. No danger whatsoever. Look at Yatiki run, by the way. He's not very sprinting, is he? He's not sprinting very hard. He gets the ball and slots it in the back of the net. What on earth was going on there? I have no idea. No idea. It was very, very bizarre. It just seems like the final players just went to sleep completely. And somehow that goal rescued a draw away to finals for us. So we're still in with a chance of qualifying for the Europa Conference League. And, you know, when we dealt Feyenoord, I thought that was us finished, to be honest. But it seems like we've got still a bit of a chance. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the squad. I've already identified my key player, that is for sure, and that is George Teagle. He's got 7.99 average rating from his first 7 games with 5 assists. He's our right back. He doesn't look like much, but he's quick. He's quite good physically, to be honest. And he's a dangerous man, and he's doing the business for us, which I very much like to see. Also, Schiffel, I called him up from the B team. He's pretty terrible, but when he has played in the Europa Conference League and the Cup, he's done really well as well. He's terrible, as I said, though. Defensively, he's not that bad, but everywhere else he's absolutely terrible. He's got no pace about him. He's got 10 strength, despite being 6'6". I don't rate him very highly at all. And he's 22 now as well, so he's not going to get much better. But he's done well when he's come in. Also, Lucas Moll, one of our centre-backs, he's done really well. 7.33. He looks like quite a good centre-back at this level, to be honest. Very, very happy with him. Jukic as well. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist. He's a very good player for us as well. Just turned 21. Very happy with him as well. Johan Handel, he is Mull's centre-back partner. He's doing really well as well. Yatiki, he's got 5 goals in 7 starts. He doesn't look like much, to be honest, but he's doing the business for us. The forward position is the one that worries me the most, to be honest, the forward positions. Patrick Pence as well has done really well. 6 games, 1 assist as well. 7.1 from him. Martel's done really well when he's come in. Lucas Galval as well. So the team's looking really good. As you see here, the team's looking rather big. And that is because there's players in here that I want to sell. Grunwald is on the transfer list. Tried to sell him, but no one's interested whatsoever. He's on 15k a week. So I'm well looking forward to finally getting rid of him at the end of the season, which will be great. Also, Amar Halak. He's on the transfer list as well. He's on 1.5k a week as well. The goalkeepers there are terrible. The first, number 1 is quite decent, but the backups are terrible. We actually got 4 goalkeepers in the first team here because you can't sell any of them. Also, we've got Maximilian Sachs here, who's on the transfer. He's actually in the B team as well when I started, but he's on 4.9k a week. And he's a fringe player. What on earth is going on there? And also, he's unavailable because he's got an injury. Unavailable till 31st of August. I won't reveal what his injury is, but he's unavailable till 31st of August. Not that I'm going to use him much because he's absolutely terrible. But 4.9k a week, try to sell him as well, but no one is interested. But he'll be leaving at the end of the season as well for sure. Don Winme, I can't say his name. Bright is on the transfer list as well, but of course he's out for pretty much the season as well. So trying to sell a few players here. Martin Bacasa hasn't featured for us yet. He's still out for another 4 weeks. That's disappointing. In terms of the youth team here, well, as I said, I find it very useful the fact that I'm trying to develop the young players here. The fact that we've got a team in the first division is great. Can develop the players here. One negative we have though of this team is they're only part-time. So there's not really much training going on. So I'm sticking with the players who are over 18. Obviously, they develop better when they're playing some games in this little team here. Hopefully develop them a bit more. As you see, we've got lots of players in there. Pretty much all of them are 2 stars. So if we need be, I can just dip into this team and pick out a player for the first team. But I want to develop all of them a little bit more first. And hopefully I'll be ready for the first team at some point. In terms of the under-18s, well, I've put El Shiwi in the under-18s. It might seem a little bit foolish because he's 2.5 stars already, potentially 5 stars. But I don't think he's that great, to be honest, at the moment. And also because he's under 18 for much the entire season as well. Under 18 players, they develop better through training, whereas over 18 players develop better through match fitness, match sharpness. So I put El Shiwi into the under 18 team for this season at least. He's really developing quite nicely. You see there, jumping reach has gone up high as well. He's developing a little bit of places as well. So maybe next season we'll see El Shiwi in the first team. If not, definitely in Young Violets Austria. Got a couple of other players in here as well. Got Sutaluti as well. The left back situation here is looking good. We've got a few potential left backs. So Sutaluti doesn't look like he's developing very well with El Shiwi in the under 18 team here, but he might have to be a sacrifice, to be honest, Sutaluti. But yeah, got a very good youth system, as I said. Hopefully develop as much players as we can and sort the team out down the line. Anyway, let's get to the first game then. It's the Rapid Vienna at home. We have the Mr. Wiener Derby, which I think translates to the Vienna Derby. Maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds like it would be, to be honest. So, first derby of the season against Rapid Vienna. Hopefully we can start off with a win against them. Let's get into it. So, in terms of the tactic for this season, I've decided to go with a gegenpress, which at first I thought, you know what, this could be very foolish, Kenny. Very, very foolish with a team of this standard. But at the moment, it's going really well. We're still yet to lose a game, and even playing teams such as Final away from home, and even Sturm Graz as well. So, at the moment, it's going really well. I made a little bit of changes to the gegenpress, though. I changed it from positive to balanced. Also, I changed the tempo from extremely high to higher as well. Just made a couple of tweaks just to try and help the intensity a little bit, I guess. Also, I changed the counter press from much more often to more often. So, at the moment, it's going really well. In terms of the team sheet for today's game, I've got Pence in goal, who's definitely our number 1 keeper. You see there from his 4-star ability. He had a really good game against Final, actually. He got an 8.2 there, I think it was. Yeah, an 8.2 against Final, so it's really good. Teagle, right back, pretty much the first name on the team sheet, to be honest. He's been flying currently. He's on wing-back attack as well, because he's quite good going forward. He's quite quick, so at the moment it's working really well. He's got 5 assists to his name this season already, so that's great. On the left, we've got Antovski. He's actually the backup left-back. Galval is actually the number 1 left-back, but he's a bit unfit from the Final game. He's quite well-rounded, to be honest. He's a Brazilian, he's 30 years of age. But with the left-backs we've got coming through, Galval might be sold next season or the season after. We shall see about that. But he's done quite well so far. Antovski starts him today, though. He is the backup left-back. He's 20, got a little bit of potential about him, but I think we've got much better potential left-backs than Antovski, to be honest. But at the moment, he's our backup left-back for the season. We've got Martel and Handel in centre-back. Martel is actually our third-choice centre-back, but he's quite decent. He's 19 years of age, German, on loan from Red Bull Leipzig. He comes in today for Lucas Moll, who's a bit unfit from the Final game as well. He's done really well at the start of the season. Really like him. He's a very good player for this level. And also, obviously, got Handel there as well, who's very good in the air, and he's done really well as well. In terms of the midfield, we've got 2 backup players playing today, which is it's a bit of a risk against Rapid Vienna, it has to be said, but with Final at home on the horizon as well, I have to rotate the team a little bit for this game, which I'm a little bit upset about. Branalda starts as more midfielder. He's a potentially 5-star player. He doesn't look like much at the moment, but if he develops quite nicely this season, he can look a lot better next season. He's quite good defensively, which is something at least. Also got Fischerauer in there, who's certainly just a fringe player, 22 years of age, quite well-rounded though. He's already starting to improve, which is great. The 2 that normally start is Damaku, who's had his injury problems at the start of the season. He got 2 injuries at the start of the season. He's quite well-rounded. He's done decent as well. And also, the best centre midfielder we have for sure is... Where is he? There he is, Manfred Fischer. He's certainly the best centre midfielder we have. He's 26 years of age. He's an important player. As you see there, he's quite good. So, certainly a risk leaving him on the bench today as well. In terms of the forward options, got Noah Ohio on the right wing there as an inside forward on attack. Naturally a striker, but I feel like he does his best work on the right or the left, to be honest. I feel like we've lead the line with a better striker than him. He's been a bit hit and miss recently, it has to be said. He's got 3 goals in 4 in the Premier Division, but he hasn't got a goal or assist in the Europa Conference League with 6.56, so he's certainly hit and miss. On the left, we've got Shan Kellis starting today. He's a backup player, not much to be honest, potentially 4 stars, but he's not great. Our normal left winger is, where is he? Well, actually, our number 1 left winger, I actually haven't started yet because he's injured, is Pekar, so we'll see how he is when he comes back, but he's the guy I want to start on the left wing as an inverted winger on attack. But at the moment he's injured, that's why Celis is playing there today. But Juricin's been playing there most of the time on the left. He's definitely our best forward option. He's got 2 caps for Austria. He's quite a good player. He's starting to come good as well. He started off really poor to the start of the season, but he's scored a couple of goals in the last few games, which is great. And also Yatiki normally would start up front and Juricin on the left. So a little bit of a brief outlook of the team. I'm still getting myself familiar with the team. Of course, there's a lot of names to get yourself familiarised with, especially when you don't know any of the players. So I'm still working in that regard. But I think I've figured out my best 11. But there's still some players who are obviously got to come back to fitness and some players a little bit iffy. But anyway, let's get to it then. The first game of the new series. Obviously, I played games before this, but the first game on camera, home to Rapid Vienna. It's the Vienna derby. Can we take the spoils here? Well, let's find out. Okay, here we go. And 35 seconds in, we've got a highlight already in the match here. And here, oh, there he is already. Yusuf Demir. Probably the best player outside of Salzburg, to be honest, in the league. So, very nervous coming up against him. Already played a big team, already, well, one of the so-called Big Six in Austria, already at the start of the season. It's home to Sturm Graz, won the game 2-0. So, let's hope for a similar victory here today, but it's not been a great start, is it? Because we were 1-0 down in the first minute in the Vienna derby. They're setting off flares and all sorts, and not happy at all, the Austria Vienna fans, as they should be, to be honest. That is a terrible start to the match. We're yet to lose a match in the season, but this is the worst possible start imaginable against our fierce rivals and local rivals as well. Gruel with a volley there. Not the start we wanted, but it's a long way to go yet in this match. We have a highlight here just 5 minutes in. Teagle's got 5 assists already this season. By the way, set pieces we've been absolutely amazing at so far. Scored so many goals from set pieces. At least half our goals have come from set pieces. Anyway, they might get a goal from our set piece. This would not be a great start. This would be absolutely terrible, actually. Here's Gruel. Oh my word, they hit the bar. What are you doing? Clear it! Oh my word. The Rapid Vienna players are having a field day here at the minute. Please remember, if you like this video, to hit that like button for me, guys. And also, if you're interested in seeing daily FootballManager content, then hit that subscribe button. It's really helped me out, and it'd be much appreciated as well. So, 25 minutes into the game, we're still yet to have a shot in the match. We have had a shot now, and there's only been 3 shots in the entire match so far. I've already demanded some more from the team. I'm going to break the entire team now, because this is pathetic. What is going on, boys? It's not been a great experience here the first 40 minutes of the Vienna derby. Here is Yusuf Demir. Pass it into Grimal. Hopefully he doesn't stay Rapid Vienna for too long. Hopefully he leaves. I'm sure he will leave. Oh my word. Pence, get in there. Pence has already started to prove out quite the key player for us. He was transfer listed when I came here. And the club wanted to sell him. But after about 5 minutes, it was clear that I had to keep Pence. He was by far our best goalkeeper. So I quickly took him off the transfer list. That is for sure. We're starting to grow into the match according to match stats, but it's still 1-0 to Rapid here. We've got a free kick here though in a good position. Is it Teagle? It is Teagle. Our key man. Teagle. Oh, over the bar. Teagle. Teagle could be around for a couple more seasons yet, to be honest. We haven't really got any great right backs coming through at the club. As I said, left back is not a problem at all. But anyway, our first half of the first Vienna derby, and we are not looking too good, are we? Not looking too good at all. Going forward, we're absolutely terrible in this game. Here's Moorman to Hoffman. To Grimal. Long way to go yet, though. Long way to go. And also, I've already surpassed expectations the way we started the season, winning the first 4 games of the season. But when you're at home to your fierce rivals, you want to win the game, don't you? Here's Fischerauer. Out to Teagle. So they've got 5 assists already this season. Can make it number 6. It's deflected. Goes into the box. They clear it, and here's Fountas. Kellis wins it back, though, and here's Branauda to Fischerauer. Oh, nice ball. Juricin. Got to score. What's he doing? What's he doing? Oh, you donkey. What are you doing there? You know what? I've seen enough of some of these players. Another good thing about the division as well is that we can make 5 substitutes as well. 5 substitutions, sorry. Only can name 7 though, so that's a bit poor. But we can make 5 substitutions, which is great. Teagle's certainly not coming off. He's our best player. Dukic's having a pathetic game. Fisher. Let's bring Fisher on. Bring on for Bernalda. Put Fisher out there as ball midfielder. Who else can I bring on here? Still getting used to the players here. Still getting used to the names, of course. Yatiki, he can come on. He can come on for Ohio, who's anxious. I'll bring on Damaku as well for Fisher Hour. So I can make 5 substitutions. So I try and use it as much as possible. I'm trying to give the youngsters as much chance as I can. But obviously in big games like this, I'm not just going to bring all the youngsters on. That is for sure. Anyway, 35 minutes to go. It's 1-0 to Rapid here. But we've still got a chance to salvage something from the game for sure. Here is Pence, another one of our key players. You know what? The back 5, I'm kind of happy with, to be honest. The back 5 is pretty decent. Going forward, it's terrible. The forward options we've got at the club are terrible, to be honest. It's not great at all. But defensive-wise, I'm quite happy with it. Anyway, here's Dukic. He's had a terrible game today. Been quite decent so far this season. Here he is, though. Don't know who he's looking for there, but Kellis is going to get there. Come on. Big chance here, boys. Out to Antovsky, crosses it in. Yatiki? Nah. Well, we're certainly growing into this game. We're certainly looking like the better team in the game now. Antovsky with a long throw. Oh, Martel got a score. He does score, but the referee's pointing. Oh, what's wrong with that? Don't upset this amazing support here, look. The Violets. Let's get in. It's a goal. Martel with a goal. Is that his first goal for the club? It could be. He's our centre-back. Jurichin won the header, kind of. Martel, lovely finish from our centre-back as well. That's brilliant. Alright, get in. We're certainly the better team in this game. As I said there, we're dominating the game now. So, be kind of disappointed we didn't win the game from this point. Anyway, we can make 2 more substitutions. I think I'll make just 1 more. In case we get an injury. Not much options, really. You know what, Handel on a yellow card, we'll take him off. We'll bring on Lucas Mull for him. 15 minutes to go. Can we get the winner here in the Vienna derby? 10 minutes to go. We're the better team in the match. We deserve the win here. But we could still lose the game. Greenwald heads it over the bar. Obviously, Rapid started off the game. Rapid, as their name suggests. But since then, we've been arguably the better team, to be honest. Well, since about the 30-minute mark, at least. So, yeah, we're disappointed we don't win the game, but to go back from 1-0 down to get a draw is something at least, I guess. We've got a highlight here, though. Oh, that's what we like to see. Oh, good covering for Martel there. Teagle clears it. Jurichin, he loses out. Back to Demir. Oh, good save from Pence. Get in. I think I know that guy. Droyf. I think I've heard of him. Maybe I'm wrong. I think he's Dutch, but I'm probably just chatting nonsense, to be honest. Anyway, Yusuf Demir with a corner here. He crosses it in. Damaku clears it. Get a little bit of pressure here late on from Rapid Vienna. He's going to demand some more from the players. Fisher on a yellow card. I don't like to see him lunging into tackles, to be honest. 4 minutes out of time. And that's it. That is it. Well, it's a 1-1 draw at home to Rapid Vienna. We remain unbeaten for the season. Obviously, we don't remain on our 100% win record, but certainly some positives to take from the game. That is for sure. Probably should have won the game in the end, to be honest. We had 8 more shots than them. They had 1 more shot on target than us, though. So shots on target were hard to come by. As I said, the forward options we have at the club is a little bit poor, it has to be said. Kellis is not good enough. Djukic is good enough, but 6.3 today, that was poor. Yatiki, he's not amazing. Also Ohio. So going forward is a little bit of a problem for us this season. But defensive-wise, I'm quite happy with the defence, to be honest. But anyway, we remain unbeaten for the season, which is something, I guess. But it's not what we like to see at home to our fierce rivals to draw the game. That is disappointing. After that draw at home to Rapid Vienna, though, we are top of the league. I highly doubt we'll be top of the league coming into the season, though. But it's been a great start to the season, even though we did draw that game. So can't complain too much. Joint top with Wolfsburg at a minute. Salzburg got a game in hand. I'm expecting them to win their game, to be honest. They should win every game in this league, to be honest. So Yeah, still a great start to the season. We've got a massive game coming up next though. A home to Feyenoord. If we win this game, we actually qualify for the Europa Conference League, which should be a great scalp to have. So make sure you stick around, guys. Feyenoord at home, coming up next. Okay, here we are. It's time for the second leg of the fourth qualifying round of the Europa Conference League. We're drawing 1-1 from the first leg against Feyenoord. Don't know how we're in this position. As I said, they absolutely destroyed us in the first leg there. But we're only one win away from actually qualifying for the Europa Conference League. It doesn't sound like too much, of course, but when you get dealt Feyenoord when you're Austria Vienna, it's quite a good scout. What you see here, the board expect us to reach the group stage, but I don't think they expect us to get Feyenoord in the fourth qualifying round. So it's going to be hard to qualify now, but we've got a chance. We've got a chance. That's all we can ask for. So in terms of the team selection here, well, Mull comes back into the team for Martel, despite him scoring there against Rapid Vienna. Mull is our number one centre-back. Also, Galval comes back in the team in place of Antonic. Is it Antonic? I'm making things up. No, Antovsky, not Antonic. Antonic was a region I had for Hereford, so what am I talking about? Yeah. Galval comes in for Antovsky. Also, two changes in midfield as well. Fischer comes back in place of Fischer-Rauer. And Damaku comes in for Branoda as well. Also, Grunwald starts the game in place of Djukic. Djukic is a bit unfit for the match. Grunwald, he's our highest earner at the club. He was the captain. I stripped him of the captaincy as well. So he should be better than a two-star player, but he's not great. He scored 2 goals in the match though, so maybe we'll see what he can do. And also, Yatiki comes in for Keles. And then Juricin moves to the left. So, Feyenoord at home. Can we win this game and actually qualify for the Europa Conference League? Well, let's find out. Okay, here we go. It's going to be a massive ask for us to beat Feyenoord, but if we can draw away to Feyenoord 1-1, no matter the circumstances, then we've definitely got a chance to draw, at least at home, and get to extra time penalties at least. So we shall see what happens. The stadium's looking much more empty than the last game against Rapid Vienna there. Anyway, here's Tegel, our key player, but he loses out to Sinestra. Who's he play for now? He plays in the Premier League now, Sinestra. I'm not sure who he plays for though. Here's Koku. Ugh. The keeper didn't do well there at all. He did not do well there at all. He committed himself too early. But there's a long way to go yet. And let's hope for a little bit of a calamity at the back again. But this is not a great start to the fourth qualifying round, unfortunately. Another highlight here. Sinestra with a throw-in chance here to Alsnes. No idea that is. Here's Koku, one of the best players, to Tornstra. Well, we go 2-0 down. I think we're in a bit of a pickle, to be honest. Back to Tornstra. Now here's Nelson. Reece Nelson, I think that is, on loan from Arsenal. So as I said, yeah, you compare the team to ours. It's a much better team, isn't it? Players that most of us have heard of. So you look at the Austria Vienna team, there's not too many players that we've heard of. So 2-0 here. Yeah, it's 2-0. Well, it's not a great start to this. It's only been a great episode, to be honest. It started off really well to the season, but yeah, we're kind of a little bit unstuck here against Rapid Vienna and Feyenoord, unfortunately. Still not over yet, but doesn't look very appealing now, does it? Oh well. Guess the season's going to go really quickly because we've already played, 5 games of the season so far? There's only 22 games to play of the regular season, so only 17 more games to go. And then we get to a championship group or a relegation group. To be honest, the way it started, the new season, I'll be very surprised if we don't qualify for the championship group, to be honest. So hopefully that happens. Anyway, that is not what we like to see at the start of this game here. Grunwald been absolutely terrible. Clear off, mate. I so wish he'd just clear off out of the team. I think he's actually been here his whole career. Grunwald. Pretty much his whole career. He went to Wiener Neustadt on a free transfer. They came back to Austria Vienna. So he's a bit of an Austria Vienna legend, but he's not the club captain material, and he's also not the best player at the club. He's just not very good. So yeah, I want to sell him. Anyway, let's talk about him. Let's get to the second half. Can we salvage anything from the second half? Can we get an early goal here and start to dream a little bit? As I said, going forward, it's just a disaster. It's a disaster, to be honest. Get our first highlight of the second half, finally. Here's Geertruida to Trauner. Oh, I was hoping for another calamity at the back there. Final, little bit dodgy at the back. Here's Reece Nelson to Pedersen. Back to Geertruida. Now here's Tornstra to Gus Till. Nelson. Might be 3-0 here. Yeah. I think we're toast. Unfortunately, but it was expected. But as I said, drawing away to the final 1-1. I got a little bit excited, to be honest, but Yeah, it wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. Let's make a couple of changes here. I'll bring on Pross. Pross is not very good, though, it has to be said. He's pretty useless, actually. But he's a player. He's a player we have in the team, so I have to give him some game time. Galval's had a pathetic game, so we'll take him off, bring Antovsky on as well. I think we make 5 changes here, so might as well give some players some game time here. We're certainly out of the competition now. Which I don't know is a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. Brunaldo can come on as well, give him some minutes. He's 19. Who else is young here? Let's bring Martel on as well. Bring him on for Handel. Just a cheeky 5 substitutions there. But as I said, give some players some minutes. We're out of the competition now. 30 minutes to go. We're losing the game 3-0. We are toast. Here's Handel to Fischer. Back to Moore. There's Djukic. Ohio. Who's been terrible in the Europa Conference. Oh, Yatiki! Oh, you've got to be burying that. Yatiki! That was a chance to start a mini revival, I guess. Ooh, what's going on here? Highlights. Teagle. Ooh, the handball. Maybe it's not over just yet. Juritin's taking the penalty. He already scored 1 this season. He scores another one. Gets in. 3-1. Is it not over yet? Is there still a chance here? Obviously, with no away goals being a rule anymore, we don't need to score 3 more goals. We only need to score 2 more goals. So, could be a slight chance. We've actually done quite well in this game. We've actually had more shots than final. I'm quite surprised. What another chance here. Oh. It's almost free. I kind of regret making those 5 substitutions now, to be honest. We've actually done really well today. Look at that. Just lacking in the going forward, aren't we? In the attacking options. I did try and sign the player on loan. An attacking option on loan, to be honest, but it was clear that we couldn't sign him on loan. We had to pay all the wages. That's why we had to pay a monthly fee as well, so it wasn't possible. Anyway, 4-1, and it's certainly over again. And final toying with us here. Don't know what Pedersen and Torture are doing. They think they're jokers, don't they? What sort of disgusting goal was that from Koku? Disgraceful. I think it's toast now. We've been kind of unfortunate in this match, to be honest. 4-1 down. You see here, we've actually created a fair few chances, so kind of disappointing, but a little bit optimistic for the future. You know, we can develop these young players quite nicely. Then, you know, in a couple of years' time, actually have quite a decent team. I'm sure we're going to see some proper European football at some point, whether it be the Europa League or the Europa Conference League. Anyway, Ohio. That's a Juricin. Pross. 4-2. 15 minutes to go. There's still an opportunity. Do we go attacking here? We do. Yeah, we go. Yeah, we go attacking here. Why not? Why not? Pross with a goal. This is quite a lively second leg. This one. 5 minutes to go. It looks like it's over now. Yeah, it's definitely over now. Oh, well, no European... Well, I say there's no European football for us this season. I've already played 6 games, but... Yeah, not qualified for the competition, unfortunately. That's a disappointing loss. First loss of the season as well, but we are playing against Feyenoord, who are obviously a much better team than us. So, we are expected to lose, but we did quite well in that second leg there. So, a bit unfortunate the fact we lost the game 4-2, to be honest, but they've got better quality players, haven't they? You know, Koku scored 2 goals. You know, even those 3 players we're all familiar with. Koku with 2, Sinestra as well, and obviously Reece Nelson, who plays for Arsenal. So, disappointing, but it is what it is. What's the board saying about that, by the way? Well, they say we failed. Of course we failed, but yeah, they can understand it. We had a team had a difficult draw, surely. But yeah, anyway, in terms of the next game, well, it's going to be a very short regular season now, as you can see. It actually ends on the 5th of March. When will I bring you back? We've got to play Salzburg away from home in a couple of games' time, which I'm not looking forward to, I have to be honest. We might get battered there 10-0 or something. We'll play Sturm Graz in the FA Cup as well. Wolfsberger. You know what, I think I'll bring you back for the Wolfsberger game at home and also LASK away from home as well. It's hard to pick what games to bring you back for. Like I said, in this standard league, you know, it's got 6 teams who are the big 6 in Austria, I guess, and then the bottom 6 These games come around quite quickly. Obviously, the Salzburg game only takes place in 3 games' time. I'm not going to bring you back for that one. I'll bring you back for the Wolfsburger at home game, though, and LSK away from home as well. They're obviously 2 of the so-called Big 6, so it should be quite an interesting episode there. And yeah, we'll see what we can do against Altac away from home. They're sitting 9th in the league so far. Reed at home as well. Hopefully we'll win those 2 games. At least get 4 points in those games. Going into that Salzburg game, expected to lose that game, of course. We've also got a very tricky draw in the Austrian FA Cup second round, away to Sturm Graz. Already failed in the Europa Conference League. We might fail in the FA Cup as well, because we predict to finish in the semi-finals. So hopefully the league goes well, otherwise I could be losing my job, to be honest. But at the moment it's going really well in the league, so can't complain too much. But yeah, join me for the next episode, guys. At home to Wolfsburger and away to LASK. And thank you very much for watching this video. Please remember, if you like the video, to hit that like button for me. And also hit that subscribe button as well, guys. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.